What's up guys, semi-mong here, part of the Game On crew, and we are back today with another Dungeon Defenders 2, I was about to say Elder Scrolls, literally I was about to say Elder Scrolls, Dungeon Defenders 2 guide, and today we're actually going to be going through the pet system, and I will be doing one for the Alchemist as well. So, today we're going through the pet system. We've got two people, you've got the stable boy, and you've got the keeper. So we're going to run through the stable boy first. So in the games, you obviously pick up the eggs. As you can see, I'm incubating one now, and there's three different types of eggs. There's dragon, gatu, and creeper egg. And there's also a legendary egg called a Betsy egg, but I'll go through that at the end of the video. So with the three different types of eggs, you can get, I think it's a total of 8 different pets. The dragon egg gives you 2 different types of pets. The gato egg gives you 3, and the creeper egg also gives you 3, to my knowledge. The creeper egg maybe 2. I know the gato egg is definitely 3. Now I'd just like to note that everything I do say in this guide is from what I've learned myself. I found that if you Google any information on pets on Dungeon Defenders 2, you will either get Dungeon Defenders 1 information, or you won't get that much information because it's still an alpha, and none of the features have actually, well, not none of them, most of the pet features haven't been released yet. So you want to start off by just getting an egg. You can grab these in the game, doesn't matter what egg you get, but once you get it, you want to incubate it. So you could pick up multiple eggs, like I know I'm still picking up dragon eggs to try and get, I don't know what the name of it is. Have I already got one? No, trying to get the second dragon pet. I think he's called, it's not Gato. It's something, it starts with a G or a W, but I've already got Serpenity. So obviously incubate these eggs and they take 8 hours, so you're gonna have to play a match and then wait until the next day, or wait out the full 8 hours. And once it hatches, you've got your pet and you can start leveling them up from there. Apart from that, the eggs are actually pretty useless. I mean, you can leave your eggs to spoil, so rather than waiting 8 hours to incubate, don't incubate it. Leave it in the interface, the right hand side where you can see it selected now, and it will just spoil after 48 hours. Now in the future, spoiled eggs will be used to actually upgrade or evolve your pets. So there you can see it says coming soon, and sorry if you could hear that, that's probably old man gamer texting me. But yeah, you can see it's coming soon, alongside the active abilities and the passive abilities are coming soon as well. So as I said, there's a lot of features to be added, but those are the only 2 uses for pet eggs, is either you hatch them into a pet, or you let them spoil into, I think it's going to be crystal shards or crystal fragments that they will spoil into, that you can use to evolve. But apart from that, yeah, the eggs are pretty useless. You obviously want to collect them. I will go through the Betsy egg later down the line, but this is the main area that you want to be at, the stable. So I've got a few selections. I've got a range of pets to show you today. But what I wanted to go through is actually what pet is best to use or best to assist you while you're in battle. So at the moment, I'm using my propeller. And that's because, if you can see, each pet has the pet stats and empower stats. The pet stats of a propeller are insane. The attack rate is 403 and the damage is 519. Although it's only water damage, I'm pretty sure you get different types, so water damage may class as a magical sort of damage type, so any enemies or waves of enemies that have a lot of high magical resistance won't be, like, this pet won't do much damage to them. They won't receive much damage from this pet. But you do find out, I found in a lot of the first playlists, that there's loads of goblins, there's loads of orcs. There are a few magical beings or enemies, but most of them are goblins, orcs, ones that charge you and try to physically hit you. So the propeller is actually amazing, like, it's too good. So let's move on, and the reason I want to actually compare all of these is you'll see in a minute. So if we just go back on, the propeller has hero damage and ability power, so I'm doing more damage when I've got this pet equipped, and my abilities, so my spells and abilities, my arcane volley, my sort of, I don't know what the spell is where I slam down my staff, all of that is going to be upgraded, do a bit more damage because of my ability power that I'm receiving from my pet. So this pet can be used for a more offensive, strategic, tactical positions, all of that good stuff. If you want to go on the offense, literally be at the start of the lanes, waiting for the waves of enemies to come out, do as much damage as you can to them before they can do damage to your defenses, then this is the pet to have. You're upping your damage, you're upping your ability power, it's got an insane attack rate and insane water damage, and this is actually a Gato pet egg. So keep that in mind. Now I want to compare this first of all to a dragon pet egg, Serpenity. So if you actually examine him, I haven't gotten any, let's just examine this one. I haven't gotten anything too good from Serpentities. Like, I'd say the Serpenity or Dragon Egg is actually more useful towards a defensive role. I'm not quite sure about the other pet in the Dragon Egg, because I've not actually received one yet, but you can see on his Empower stats and pet stats that his attack rate and earth damage is not that high. My Propeller's actually got three times as much attack rate and damage, I think. So in terms of damage and attack rate, it's not that good. I did say like water damage is actually quite high. I don't know if earth damage does more damage. I don't know if it's physical damage. I don't know if it's magical damage. If you do know any of this, leave it in the comments down below. But once I do know, I'll obviously do an updated pet guide, because when the full features come out, I presume, sorry, everything will change. Like, pretty much, in terms of pets. I mean, you've got the abilities, you've got the chance to evolve them. So this is very bare bones basic at the moment. But the good thing about Dragon Eggs, or the Serpenity in general, is that it's more defensive role, because it gives you physical resistance and defense speed. So defense speed actually means the fire rate of what your, like, say my Flame Burst Tower is currently shoots one flame every 1 second. That would go down to like one flame every 0.8 seconds. It increases its fire rate, meaning you get more damage out, getting rid of the waves quicker. So if you are a defending role and like to get your towers up and try and defend the lanes from afar, I would suggest having a Serpenity or any type of dragon equipped. 2 seconds, guys, otherwise the clip will cut out. I just have to plug in my laptop charger. There we go. Yeah, so in terms of defensive roles, Serpenity or Dragon Egg is brilliant, because you're not only getting your defense speed up, so you're not getting your towers firing more, you're actually getting more physical resistance. So in a lot of waves, you obviously have to go upgrade your towers, repair your towers to make sure they don't fall. Physical resistance just helps you do this. If you've got your defenses right at the beginning of the lane, or even halfway through and the waves just sort of push forward, you're going to have to get into the giant like mob of enemies that are just going to attack you from every side. So physical resistance will just boost up the amount of damage actually reduce the amount of damage you're taking, not boost up. Reduce the amount of damage you're taking, because you've got the resistance against the goblins and against the orcs. So they won't do as much damage to you, giving you a bit more time, a bit less, like saving your health a bit to try and defend your towers, repair your towers, do all of that good stuff. And yeah, so Serpenity is part of the dragon, Propeller's part of the dragon. Let's quickly just compare these two propellers. So if we examine this propeller, he's got less pet attack damage, but he's got more pet attack rate. And what's interesting is actually you can see the propeller on here has water damage, but this has just got pet attack damage. So it's not a certain type of damage, it does damage to all enemies, all types of mobs, and it's more specific to being offensive rather than the top one, who's more specific to being offensive to, I'd say, magical beings. I think water damage does do more magical damage than just standard pet attack damage, to be fair. And defense speed and hero damage, so they are different. I'd say that hero damage and defense speed, are you getting hero damage on the first one? You are. So in terms of defensive, actually, this pet is a lot better, because you're getting 52 defensive speed, but you're also getting more hero damage. So once again, it could be used better off as an offensive role, in terms of all the Gato eggs probably should be, because you're getting the extra hero damage. You're trying to increase your damage output by as much as you can. And the defense speed is probably there to just boost up the tower's fire rate wherever you're attacking. So if you're in lane 1, all the towers in lane 1 will be firing a lot faster. If you're in lane 2, all the towers there will be firing a lot faster. All of that good stuff, etc, etc. You know what defense speed does, we've just gone through it. Now if we have a look at Infant, this is one from the Creeper Egg. Now I've not actually used too many Infant ones. I've got, yeah, so we've got 2 here from the Creeper Egg. We've got the Flicker Wick and we've got the Infant. So the Infant does storm damage, but look at his pet attack rate and the amount of storm damage he does. 40 and 55. So a lot of them, compared to the Propeller, just don't do that much damage, or don't have that fast of an attack rate. Like, I don't know if I got that, like, a really rare drop or something. It did just say it's a common egg. So there may be different tiers of eggs added into the future, I'm not too sure. But hero damage there, that's why you can see it's made up. Storm damage pet attack rate is really low, but its hero damage is an extra 43. Compared to, say, our Propeller, hero damage of I think it's 18, 14. That's almost 4 times as much. So if you don't rely too much on your pet's damage helping you out, I would suggest going with this one, an infant. Let's see, have I got anything to compare it to? No. So the infant, to my knowledge, does a lot of hero damage, and it actually increases your magical resistance too. So what you want to do is decide your role, offensive or defensive, and then from there pick a good pet. So this would be great for an offensive role who likes to attack from afar, because you won't be able to get targeted off by the physical mobs attacking you. You'll only be able to be targeted by the magical mobs, and usually they just go through the towers anyway. But say you are from afar, being shot from something that's flying in the air or something that's got a ranged attack, magical resistance is just going to help you out. And now to finish off, the Flicker Wick. Let's see, hero damage of 12C. It's sort of the opposite of the infant. The infant's got low pet stats but really good in power stats, whereas the Flicker Wick's got better pet stats but not that low in power stats, but compared to other ones, say the Serpenity, is kind of low. So it is sort of a secondary offensive one. So what you're really looking out for is the physical resistance and the magical resistance in pets. So once again, this is an offensive pet. It's giving you more physical resistance, allowing you to get in to the sort of wave, where is it, what they call the port, not the portals, the barrier, where the waves spawn. Get right up close and personal with them and just destroy them before they even start attacking your tower. Or once again, it could work in a defensive role, meaning you've got more resistance while you're actually repairing, upgrading your towers. If you have to do that during a wave, sorry. You usually do it in between waves. So yeah, your pets don't particularly work alone. They do work with you, and they do work with the role you choose. But I do suggest choosing wisely. So what I'm actually going to do now is just go through my pets. I do play an offensive role. So if we go on to... Oh, we can't. I was about to show you my physical resistance and all of that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is... Obviously, I'm keeping my main attack. He does an insane amount of attack. He's got an insane attack rate. But his hero damage and ability power is quite low. So if we actually replace this, we need a defensive. So I'm going to sell this Serpenity. How can I sell him? Sell value 662. I think you have to actually sell him at the shop. So let's go to the shop and actually show you my Defender's Forge now as well. If we go to the Forge, go to character, go to stats. My physical resistance is pretty low, yet my magical resistance is high. That's because I'd like to attack from afar. Even though I'm offensive, I've got a staff, I've got a ranged attack, so I do attack from afar. So if we actually now go onto the shop, where's the shop? Hero Manager. Oh no, it is the Defender's Forge. Inventory. And go down, we can sell this Serpenity that we've got here, eye level of level 1. So it actually shows you the difference between your pets as well. So apparently my level 3 Serpenity is a lot better because it's got more affection, more power level because I've leveled them up. It's got 3.3 seconds more pet attack rate. Oh, it's got minus 3 seconds pet attack rate. How is that a good thing? It's got minus water damage. As I said, it is just a beta. The ratings aren't that good. Let's just say that. So let's sell him. We want to keep the Flicker Wick, I think. Just head back to the stable. It is an easier interface to view all the stats on. If we go into the Flicker Wick. Oh no, I didn't want to equip you. Equip my propeller. We go into the Flicker Wick and examine him. Where is he? So we've got... I think we're going to keep him over the infant. I want a second really good empowering pet. And then, so yeah, empowering is actually really good. So I'm going to sell my Flicker Wick, keep that Serpenity, and then also just keep a backup propeller. Actually, should we not? No, let's just sell him. Because we've got one of each. We've got our offensive, we've got our offensive with really good power stats, and we've got a really good defensive pet as well. Defense speed, physical resistance. It's got good damage and good pet attack rate. So you don't want to keep them all, but you do want to hatch... Say if you say you've already got a dragon pet, you may want to hatch another one just to see if its stats are better and if it's actually worth leveling up that pet over the others. So let's finish it off. Let's go sell these 3 pets that we don't need, unfortunately. Make a bit of monies. Where are Propeller? No, we want you. It was Serpenity we didn't want. Yep, eye level 1. Flicker Wick we didn't want. Eye level 1. We might as well get rid of this Propeller as well. So we've got our offensive. We've got our defensive, and we've got our No, that's our offensive, defensive, offensive, and we still got a few more. The clip died. So we've got a dragon egg. We opened up our pet food box. Let's open up a premium pet food box. Equip. I wish to equip you. Premium pet food. Oh, we've already got it. It's not a pet food box. Fortified lockbox. What is this? Potential rewards. 1 key or 150 gems. Yo, look at all this stuff. Should we do it? Should we do it? 150 gems. I spent it. Armored greaves. Excellent. Fantastic. Excellent. Well, that was kind of worthless of 150 gems. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Let's go ahead and feed. Who should we feed? We've got our Flicker Wick that we don't particularly need. Serpenity we don't particularly need because we've got this Serpenity who's our second offensive. He's our offensive empowered. Our main offensive. And we've got a sort of good... I want to sell the propeller and the Flicker Wick. I will do that off camera. But that's our... Oh, no, he's our main propeller. What am I doing? What am I doing? Equip? Yeah, he's our main propeller. Empowered offensive. What are you again? Oh, you're defensive. You can sell you. We can sell you. And we can sell you. Fantastic. So we've got a good few pets out of this. Let's go ahead and feed this propeller. Get him up a little bit. Plus 5,000 XP. Oh my god. Did you just level up? I think he did just level up, did he? Let's feed him again. Feed, 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 feed. There we go. Feed times 3. 1, 2, and 3. Fantastic. Power level of level 2. He's leveled up. The affection level's going up. Hope you've enjoyed this guide, guys. Really bad tongue twister. If you have and you've learned some new stuff, maybe what type of pet you want to aim for and hopefully get, leave a like down below. Leave a comment on anything else you'd like to see. As I said, when the features come out, I'll be doing more and more guides on what the features do, how to evolve your pets, all of that good stuff. But until next time, thanks and bye!